Welcome back to Brand the Future. She's Leslie Chan.
He's Colin Carroll.
This week we're going to start with the Brandy Award. Leslie, who won it?
This week's Brandy Award goes to Ashley Davis. She blogged about a Hulu ad swap. Colin, what is it?
It's a great question, Leslie. The Hulu ad swap is a new feature provided by Hulu. So let's say you're watching the same old boring commercial over and over again during the same show. Well, not anymore. Now you have the choice between 3 different commercials. So let's say you're bored. You can click in the upper left-hand corner and choose a different commercial. You don't have to watch the same one over and over again.
There's also this feature that asks you, is this ad relevant to you? And you can either hit yes or no, as well as a Facebook thing that you can post directly to your Facebook what you're thinking about what you're watching, letting other people know.
That's really cool because this goes along with all advertising becoming much more interactive. With the increasing social media presence, brands are able to engage with their consumers and ask them, hey, is this advertisement valuable and relevant to you? And it tells the brands whether they're producing a good commercial or not.
With that, it gives brands more incentive to create entertaining commercials because if consumers get to choose what they see and the commercials are boring, they're going to skip right over them.
You know, that is true. Well, thank you for your blog, Ashley. Really interesting stuff. As we mentioned last week on Brand the Future, we were asked to promote the Virginia Tech Club rugby team. And we don't expect them to draw crowds that would pack Lane Stadium anytime soon, but a few more fans wouldn't hurt. In a town where football is king, the Virginia Tech Club rugby team doesn't get a whole lot of love. Since 1968, the club has practiced 3 nights a week and played a game each weekend. But many students aren't even aware the Hokies have a team. Pretty ironic, considering the terms touchdown and extra point both got their roots from rugby.
You know, football and rugby are similar in the physicality and everything, and so a lot of younger players kind of turn to football over rugby. I mean, I did, but you know, I then turned to rugby, and I love it.
While the two sports have a few similarities, rugby players are quick to point out the key differences.
In rugby, you are on both sides of the ball. You are both offense and defense. So you don't get a break like you do in football, where you play for about 3 seconds, take a break, call a play, and then go hit somebody again. In rugby, it's catch the ball, hit somebody, boom, get right up and do it again.
The fast-paced game got its start in the United Kingdom back in 1750, but has been slowly gaining popularity in the U.S. Senior Alex Pappas hails from Melbourne, Australia, and says it's a whole different ball game overseas.
A lot of people, when I said I was going over to America to play a little bit of rugby at Virginia Tech, they were like, they play rugby in America?
American rugby teams might not get the respect they deserve, but they love the game just as much as everybody else.
I have a passion for the sport, and being able to teach new guys the sport is something I really enjoy.
Coach Petrillo's enthusiasm is contagious, and his players have caught the fever.
I like the physicality. I don't know, I like to hit people, and you know, I like the team aspect of it. I like, having a group of guys that I can hang out with.
The coaches and players can't get enough rugby, but the craze hasn't quite swept the Virginia Tech campus. Only about 90 fans show up at most home games, and for some players, that's a tough pill to swallow.
It's a little upsetting because, we're obviously very dedicated to what we do. Well, we don't party a lot. We don't really do a whole lot of extracurricular activities. We're all very serious athletes, and we would like to be considered a varsity sport. And to not be recognized around campus is kind of a letdown sometimes.
Many Tech students who do appreciate rugby haven't even journeyed to the rec sports field for a Saturday night showdown.
When you say you play rugby, everyone's like, wow, that's amazing, I love rugby, but they've never ever seen a game. So the respect's there, it just probably needs a bit more promotion.
In the talent-packed Atlantic Coast Rugby League, the Hokies could use all the help they can get.
It's not like we don't have anything to play for without a crowd. That's not at all. We play for ourselves, we play for our teammates and stuff. But with a crowd out there, it gives us just extra motivation.
So whether fans come in droves or the crowd remains sparse, the players on Tech's club rugby team will continue to play the game they love.
I love being a part of something bigger than I am because I like to know that what I'm doing for the team is a huge help. I like working towards a common goal. I don't know, and plus these guys are pretty awesome, so.
The team is off this weekend. They head to Knoxville to face Tennessee on October 15th, and they return home to take on UNC Greensboro October 21st at 7 p.m. So come on out and show your support.
Colin, we love sitting down with industry professionals. Who's the spotlight for this week?
This week, it's Chris Mullenaux. He's a brand manager at the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company. We got a chance to sit down with him, and he gave us a closer look into his career path, and he also gave us some helpful advice along the way.
I think for me in brand management, I'm a people person, and that's what connects me to marketing. Is at the end of the day, when you can understand who your core consumer is and what what their needs and wants are, and what's going to make them tick, and design a product or a promotion or some marketing aspect that really resonates with them. My biggest challenge is at a company, there's a lot of people with a lot of years of experience at Altria. And I've always been the youngest person in my job, and so along with that comes, you got to work a little bit harder to have that credibility. Sometimes that dream job of yours isn't going to come right after college, and I would say don't be afraid to take a job that's going to help you along your path. And as hard as it is for a college student to know what they're doing tomorrow night, much less 5 years from now, sometimes you gotta. That first job out of college isn't going to be your dream job, isn't going to be exactly what you want to do, but always make each job or each opportunity you have a stepping stone to try to get you where you ultimately want to be.
Thanks, Chris. Well, that's all for this week on Brand the Future.
Keep blogging, and until next time, she's Leslie Chan.
He's Colin Carroll.
Thanks for watching.